What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 2-3-1 in the NHL and 4-0 in the NBA. So we had a bad day in the NHL, but a perfect day in the NBA. All 4 games in the NBA, all correct. 4-0, perfect day in the NBA, but we gotta do better in the NHL. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Kings are going to Vegas to face the Golden Knights. The Kings come in at 13-13-6, and the Golden Knights come in at 23-8-1. The last game for the LA Kings, they lost 4-2 versus the San Jose Sharks, and for the Vegas Golden Knights, they won 3-2 in overtime versus the Colorado Avalanche. And the likely starters for this game is Jonathan Quick for the LA Kings and Robin Leonard for the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Vegas Golden Knights are a favorite in this one. Give me the Golden Knights to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Flyers going to Buffalo to face the Sabres. The Flyers come in at 16-13-4, and the Sabres come in at 6-23-4. The last game for the Philadelphia Flyers, they won 2-1 versus the New York Rangers, and for the Buffalo Sabres, they lost 3-2 versus the Boston Bruins. And the likely starters for this game is Brian Elliott for the Philadelphia Flyers and Linus Ullmark for the Buffalo Sabres. And the Philadelphia Flyers are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Sabres to win this game at home. Next up, we have the New York Islanders going to Pittsburgh to face the Penguins. The Islanders come in at 22-9-4, and the Penguins come in at 22-11-2. The last game, these two teams played last time, and the Pittsburgh Penguins won 6-3. The likely starters for this game is Semyon Varlamov for the New York Islanders and Tristan Jarry for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Penguins to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Edmonton Oilers going to Toronto to face the Maple Leafs. The Oilers come in at 21-13-1, and the Maple Leafs come in at 22-10-2. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Toronto Maple Leafs won 4-3 in overtime. The likely starters for this game is Mike Smith for the Edmonton Oilers and Jack Campbell for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Oilers to win this game on the road in Toronto. Next up, we have the Anaheim Ducks going to Colorado to face the Avalanche. The Ducks come in at 11-19-6, and the Avalanche come in at 21-8-4. The last game for the Anaheim Ducks, they won 3-2 in overtime versus the St. Louis Blues today, and for the Colorado Avalanche, they lost 3-2 in overtime versus the Vegas Golden Knights. So one team won 3-2 in overtime, and one team lost 3-2 in overtime. So, yep, the likely starters for this game is John Gibson for the Anaheim Ducks and Philip Grubauer for the Colorado Avalanche. And I don't know who's favorite in this one, but I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Avalanche to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Winnipeg Jets going to Calgary to face the Flames. The Jets come in at 21-12-2, and the Flames come in at 16-17-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Calgary Flames won 4-2. The likely starters for this game is Connor Hellebuyck for the Winnipeg Jets and Jacob Markstrom for the Calgary Flames. And the Calgary Flames are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Jets to win this game on the road in Calgary. Next up, we have the Minnesota Wild going to San Jose to face the Sharks. The Wild come in at 21-10-1, and the Sharks come in at 13-16-4. The last game for the Minnesota Wild, they won 2-0 versus the St. Louis Blues. And for the San Jose Sharks, they lost 4-0 versus the Arizona Coyotes. And the likely starters for this game is Cam Talbot for the Minnesota Wild and Martin Jones for the San Jose Sharks. And the Minnesota Wild are a favorite in this one. Give me the Wild to win this game on the road in San Jose. And that does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Heat are going to New York to face the Knicks. The Heat come in at 22-24, and the Knicks come in at 24-22, the opposite of the Heat. And I'm going to go with the Knicks here. Give me the Knicks to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Indiana Pacers going to Washington to face the Wizards. The Pacers come in at 21-23, and the Wizards come in at 16-28. I'm going to go with the Pacers here. Give me the Pacers to win this game on the road in Washington. Next up, we have the New Orleans Pelicans going to Boston to face the Celtics. The Pelicans come in at 20-25, and the Celtics come in at 23-23. And the Boston Celtics are a 4-point favorite in this one. Give me the Celtics to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves going to Brooklyn to face the Nets. The Timberwolves come in at 11-35, and the Nets come in at 31-15. I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets here. Give me the Nets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Toronto Raptors going to Detroit to face the Pistons. The Raptors come in at 18-28, and the Pistons come in at 12-33. And the Toronto Raptors are a 4.5 point favorite in this one. Give me the Raptors to win this game on the road in Detroit. Next up, we have the Memphis Grizzlies going to Houston to face the Rockets. The Grizzlies come in at 21-22, and the Rockets come in at 13-32. I'm going to go with the Grizzlies here. Give me the Grizzlies to win this game on the road in Houston. Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks going to Oklahoma City to face the Thunder. The Mavericks come in at 23-21, and the Thunder come in at 19-26. I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks here. Give me the Mavericks to win this game on the road in Oklahoma City. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings going to San Antonio to face the Spurs. The Kings come in at 21-25, and the Spurs come in at 23-20, and the San Antonio Spurs are a 2.5 point favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Kings to win this game on the road in San Antonio. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Utah to face the Jazz. The Cavaliers come in at 17-29, and the Jazz come in at 34-11. I'm gonna go with the home team here. Give me the Jazz to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls going to Golden State to face the Warriors. The Bulls come in at 19-25, and the Warriors come in at 22-24. I'm actually going with the Bulls here. Give me the Bulls to win this game on the road in Golden State. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going to Los Angeles to face the Clippers. The Bucks come in at 29-16, and the Clippers come in at 31-16. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Clippers to win this game at home. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give me the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.